Oh, look, I'm just so proud of the performance of the players there tonight. It was probably the most gutsiest performance we've put in so far this year, and not get the result. You know, it hurts, but you know, I'm so proud of the resilience they showed there tonight at times, and the fact that they never gave up and they were trying their butts off to score, to win the match at the back end of the game. And like I said, hurting at the result, there's no doubt about that, but super proud of the performance of the team.
Can you tell us about Jai's ankle and Tyrone?
Well, Jai's got the syndesmosis injury that seems to be the thing these days with ankles. So I don't know the extent of it. He'll have a scan and see how it comes up, but it doesn't look good at the moment, that's for sure.
Would you expect you to be able to get on a plane on Sunday?
Not a doctor, but I wouldn't be booking his flight.
What about Tyrone? Is that a pec or a shoulder?
It's probably a little bit of a pec possible, but you know, it's maybe whether it's a contact injury or whether there's a slight strain there. To play to Tyrone, it doesn't seem too serious, but we'll have a scan done tomorrow to check that out. But it's not something we're going to risk anyway.
Talk about their courage. You know, what do you typify the spirit that they showed in that second half to fight on with only 15 blokes available? Who saw any moments or players that you kind of thought were really courageous? Playing 80 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, I just think it's hard to. I don't want to, you know, isolate any player, because I thought there was a real 15-man performance there tonight, obviously with Jai and Peach going off, and I mean you go through a few of them. You know, there's Mo Fodawaker playing 80 on an edge, you know, defending in the middle, but also playing and attacking on an edge, which is, he's 19 years of age. Jared Wallace, they could have played 80, but I brought him off just to give him a quick 5-minute spell to get him back out there. Like, I thought he was, you know, showed why he's an Origin player, but there's so many guys there that it's hard to really isolate too many, because, you know, I just said to the boys that I'm so proud to be their coach on tonight's performance.
Given the injuries to Offen, Gowie and Arrow, I guess has Jay Wall done everything he could to impress Kevy?
Oh, he's done everything he can. You know, that's up to Origin, up to Kevy to make the call. But you know, please, you know, he's been outstanding for the last, you know, however long he's missed out. And look, it's the mark of a person when they have some disappointment in how they respond. You know, I've seen so many players, you know, have faced disappointment and go the other way and kick stones, and you lose them. But you know, Jared's, you know, he's the exception. He anything that gets thrown at him, he actually thrives on it. And I thought he was a great leader. I asked him to be a bit of a leader there tonight with down and some experience there in our pack with no Kevin Proctor not playing, and you know, and then losing Jai Arrow, he was enormous. Jared, there's no doubt about that.
Bryce has obviously copped a lot of criticism during his time here. What did you make of his game tonight? He seemed to really be involved in everything on that right edge.
I thought he was super. You know, I think it's probably one of his best performances he's had since he's been a Titan. Defensively, you know, he's been criticised a lot about his defence, and quite rightly so in the past, but tonight defensively he was enormous. You know, some of the work he did, you know, he took a bit of a whack, and then he, you know, came up with some really creative plays there on an edge, which we all know he can do without being silly and forcing errors. You know, he came up with some really big plays, and you know, he's, like I said, I think that's the best performance I've seen him in the Titans colours.
What do you make of that 20 minutes of the second half? I guess they, like I said, built the pressure and came away with the 2 points they wanted. Did you feel like the attack was sort of stuttering or not kind of clicking in that moment, or were you happy with the way they were building pressure?
There were times in the game, Tony, where I thought we just couldn't get our mojo in attack, but you know, it wasn't pretty in our attack, but we were turning up and we were working really hard, and obviously some changes with, you know, Mo playing back row, which he hasn't, probably never done before, and you know, Petesy having to go in there and play a bit of 13, a bit underdone as well at times. You know, been out for a long time with an injury, and I just thought, you know, it was just a case of all hands on deck and do your best at times out there tonight. And yeah, the execution wasn't perfect. There's no doubt about that, but the effort was enormous, I thought.
What would you give to have chopped Boogs' finger off?
Well,
finger that touched the ball.
Did it touch it? You know, I don't know. You know, I don't know whether it touched it or not, but they had enough looks at it. You know, if it had gone up a try, it would have been a try. So, I don't know. I can't say yes or no whether it touched his finger or not. And, at the moment, we're just not getting those calls, and 50-50s aren't going our way. But we'll deal with it. We'll move on. We'll keep, a bit of a break next week with the rep round. But, the boys put our performance in, week out. We'll win more games than what we lose.